Hello, and welcome back to the 18th episode of Literally My Life, My Guide to Girlhood. I'm so happy to be recording our 18th episode. Like, it still feels so surreal to me that I actually have a podcast and that people are actually listening to it and like it. I don't know. I didn't think this would do as well as it has done. So that's amazing. So today's episode, I'm going to essentially be venting. I am doing this because I was thinking to myself the other day, I was like, Alex, I always talk about my opinions on things or I give advice or about certain topics but it wasn't until last week's episode, Get to Know Me. If you haven't listened to it, please stop and go listen to it. That I really started to talk about me and my life. So I decided that I'm going to be doing a venting episode today. I'm just going to be talking about things that have been annoying me this year, essentially, because 2024 has not been my year. But specifically this past week, I don't know why this past week wanted to challenge me so much, but it did. Hey, but that's okay. Before we get into it, please remember to follow Literally My Life, My Guide to Girlhood on Instagram. I'm so active on that account. I love posting like polls and all kinds of stuff. Like, I'm very interactive. So if you enjoy the podcast, you want to get sneak peeks on episodes and interact with me, please follow Literally My Life MGTG on Instagram at Literally My Life MGTG on Instagram. Okay, guys, now let's get into this. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about, this is this is weird, but I'm going to talk about self-tanning. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on self-tanning. Okay. So I am black. So I always kind of thought that because I was black, like, I don't need to self-tan. So I was like, no, I'm like not self-tanning. Well, 2 summers ago, I went through something. I have no idea what causes. I don't know if I had an allergic reaction or something, but my skin literally, like, my hyperpigmentation was insane. Like, my skin was awful. I had all these spots, like my skin was very like splotchy, and like some of my skin was like super light and white, and then the other parts were like really dark. It was so bad. Um and I bought self tanner. I never used it because I got scared, but like looking back at it, I wish I had tanned myself instead of like walking around with like just awful discoloration. Like, if you guys follow me on Instagram, my main account, and like look at old stuff from like summer 2022, you're probably like, girl, what was going on with that skin? I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, so the reason I am thinking about self tanning again is because I still have that bottle of tanner. Is that I still have it? It's like the Neutrogena self tan thing, and I have the little mitt, and I'm having not bad discoloration, but I have these like spots on the back of my leg. And I don't know if they're from like the illness I just went through. I don't know what is going on, but they're there and they're not painful and they don't hurt, but they're like not very pleasant for me to look at. And I'm like seriously considering tanning, but I'm so nervous about it. But I'm not at the same time. I just don't want to look orange. But then right now I'm like also rewatching old episodes of Real Housewives of New Jersey, and I'm looking at, one of my favorite housewives of all time, the Teresa Giudice, who I absolutely love and adore. And Teresa is always tan. Teresa is always tan. I love her tan. I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to be like Teresa. Now, I don't believe in sitting in tanning beds. I don't. I don't understand why people do that. I really don't understand. But I've never self tanned before. I'm actually seriously thinking about doing it. Should I do it, guys? Like, I want to know you guys' experiences. Like, have you guys ever self tanned before? Do you guys go in tanning beds? Because I know some of you who listen to this podcast. I see some of you guys. You guys are a little orange looking. Like, I know you tan. Like, it's not the sun that's doing that. Like, it's the tan. But I really want a good tan. Like, I really want to be bronzed this summer. I really want the tan to help me with the discoloration and the hyperpigmentation on my legs. And I just really want to glow up. Like, I know it's like a little late to get a summer body, but I'm like so close. I just want to like dry brush like the hell out of my cellulite and then like self tan and then maybe like get like a really good facial. Like, because I haven't had a facial in so long, because my esthetician retired. I don't know. I need like a self-care day. Do you guys like have self-care days? Like, I have them, and I sit in my bath and I just like put a beautiful face mask on and I listen to this podcast. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called Literally My Life, My Guide to Girlhood. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's kind of underground. Um, And I sit in my bubble bath and I'll exfoliate and I'll shave and I'll just have the whole 90210. And I'm thinking about sitting and doing that because, guys, the last day of school for me is Wednesday. And then it's time for me to serve like cunt this summer. And I haven't gotten on it yet. And I need to self tan, but I'm nervous. Like, I don't want to start off the summer looking like an Oompa Loompa. So please, please, please help. Okay? Please. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about, this is going to be very different from this little lighthearted segment I had about getting a tan. And this is going to be about how I'm literally stuck in the past. Okay. And this is me being extremely vulnerable, okay, because I feel like so many people say I'm not vulnerable. So like I'm proving you wrong. I have a podcast literally about my life. It's called Literally My Life, okay? Um I am stuck in the past. Okay. I'm one of those people that if something bothers me or I don't get closure from a situation, I will literally sit and relive the situation time and time again until I can make some kind of peace on it. And it's really, really, really bothering me. And it's so weird. There was this one situation that happened years ago, and it did not bother me when it was happening. Like, it didn't bother me when it was happening. It didn't bother me probably until like a couple of weeks ago. And it's insane to me. I'm like, how is this starting to bother me now? It's really annoying because it's making me feel trapped. And I'll like dissociate and I'll just think about it like during like times of like I was like at my driving lesson this morning and I was thinking about it this morning and I was like, "Oh my goodness, Alex, like this is starting to take over our lives. It's starting to take over my time. I'm thinking about it all day, every day." But the reason this is specifically bothering me with this situation, and I can't talk about it too much because I know the ops listen to this podcast, um, um, is because I got a literal kick out of like pretending that I didn't care. Like that was my whole attitude out of this situation. I was like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to ignore it. I moved on. I moved on. I moved on. I moved on. And now, like so many years later, I'm like, wait, I care. Holy crap. And it's so weird. Like, it's so odd to me. And I don't know what to do. And I just keep replaying everything in my head. And it gets really sad sometimes. It gets really sad. There's like this, okay, another, like my daily little Taylor Swift quote. There's this line in this Taylor Swift song. It's called Dear Reader. And I love Dear Reader. It's so underrated. And so it has a line that goes, I walk, not run to a house, not a home, all alone because nobody's there. And I love that line because it signifies like me. Because like Taylor was like, I think she was talking, I think this is around the time like her and Joe like had secretly broken up and no one knew yet. And I guess she was talking about how she was like dreading going home because she has no one to go home that to anymore. And obviously, like, I obviously have never lived with a guy or like been married or anything like that. Obviously, I'm 17. Like, come on. Um, but I get like I'm starting to really relate to that line because I'll like sit and think about the situation all day to the point where I feel like I'm like maladaptively like daydreaming about it and I'm stuck there and it's like I'm right in that situation again. Like I can picture it and I see it in my mind so vividly and so clearly and I'll think about it like all day. And then at the end of the night, I have like a very, very fun little nighttime routine. Like I'll do my skincare and I'll be thinking about it, listen to my music, and then when it's time for me to like actually lay down and turn on my Golden Girls and go to bed, I realize I'm all alone. Like I'm sitting here thinking about the situation, but I'm stuck and I'm like not in it anymore, and it's so bad. Like I don't know what to do about it. I really don't know what to do about it. I'm stuck. I'm absolutely stuck and I'm alone and feeling stuck in it. And I hate that. I used to feel that way about like my ex, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But I used to feel that way for so long, like 2 years, about this like one really irrelevant guy now. And now I'm feeling that same way about a situation that happened so long ago and that's so irrelevant. But although it's irrelevant, it keeps coming back to me. That's the other thing. It like people won't let it die, so it's not going to die to me. Like I hear so many things about it. I hear so many rumors or nasty like so much gossip about things about myself, and I just keep hearing things about it, and it's like repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating. And like because it's like I never get to hear the end of it because it was so public, I just keep reliving it. Like I don't understand how celebrities like get over breakups. Like of course, like when people talk about Justin and Selena, how do you expect, like, okay, maybe neither of them are, like, really, really over it, but, like, how now that I think about it, how are we expecting them to really be over each other, and we keep making these like Jelena edits, like Hailey Bieber like got pregnant, and now everybody's like, oh, like what if she names the baby Emery? Like let's pull up this old Selena video where she said she's naming her baby Emery Bieber. Da 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 da. How? I could not imagine being Selena Gomez and waking up in the morning and then like seeing a Jelena edit. Like, okay, like how do I move on from that? And the world won't let me move on from that. So from now on, the next time a celebrity breaks up, even though I never have, because I think it's weird that you guys like troll celebrities when they break, like that's so weird. Like, why do you care if celebrities break up? They don't know you. But the next time that I will have no opinions. I sincerely apologize to Selena and just I apologize for the Jelena situation. I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry about Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian because I know me and my best friend talked a little bit about it. I'm just so sorry. Look at how crazy I'm being. I'm literally going insane. But that's how I feel. And I know so many people can relate to that. Like, I know I'm on some real stuff. Like, I might look a little crazy. I might sound a little crazy. But everybody's been there. And it's not because of, like, my strongest feelings or, like, any deep romantic love feelings. Like, it's nothing like that. It's just, like, no one's letting things die. So then when you go back and you think about it, you're like, oh, my God. I cannot move on. Like, let me think about this day. And let me think about what happened the day after that and what I thought on this day. And like, oh my God, if only I knew then, if this, that, and the third, oh my God, I made so many mistakes. I should have done this. I should have done that. And it's like, I feel genuinely haunted. I feel haunted, like, by the past. And it's so upsetting and it's so annoying. And I don't know how to move on. I really don't know how to move on. I have felt like this twice before, though. So I have a little experience. Now, twice before were after breakups. This is not a breakup. So it makes it a little easier because I don't have longing feelings, deep romantic feelings, but I do have that feeling of like the lack of closure. And that feeling of like the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Like I hate contemplating on the woulda, coulda, shoulda. I hate it. And I don't know where to go from here. I kind of do, but I don't. And I think my best tool at this point maybe to confront this and like have this conversation and confront and like get that closure. But I don't know if that's the best idea either. Like, I'm so stuck. There's no clear resolution. I'm like gotten to the point where like I have to just pray about it. I talked to my friend this morning and he was like, oh, you need to confront the person. You need to confront the situation. Like, you need to start standing up for yourself. And I absolutely believe that. Absolutely, because ignoring the situation did not make it go away. Fun fact, I also learned that this week. Ignoring your problems won't make them go away. And I'm like listening to like the PLL girl, remember Pretty Little Liars? I think Allison was like, if you ignore it, it'll go away. And I know she was talking about a human being there, so I'm really sorry to use that. But that's how I was feeling about my problems. I was like, you know what, if I ignore it, they'll just go away. And no, doesn't work like that. So sorry to tell you guys. Ask me how I know. So ignoring it is not the solution. I've learned that much. Ignoring it is not the solution. I wish I had at right this second, I wish I had a video podcast so you guys could like see my hand movements. You can see how into this I am. Like, I could really yap all day about how stuck I am in the past. But I'm going to try some strategies, okay? Because I feel like a lot of people may feel this way. So I want to talk about that. I'm going to try to be more present in the day and do things that take my mind off the situation before I have like the chance to confront it. So like I want to journal a lot more. I want to write poetry throughout the day. I can literally write a poem about anything. Oh, sorry there. I had a little hiccup. I can write a poem about anything. I want to sit down during the day, especially with summer coming up. Like, I need to just sit down and like write a good poem. I'm trying to get a job. So if you are listening, hire me. And I just need stuff. And I'm going to like summer school. I'm taking like some classes at my community college. So I need to just really I'm trying to keep my mind busy. I'm going to start working out again. Like I might even start going on runs again. Like, that's how you know it's low. Because it just clicked to me today. Like I just woke up from a nap. And before I went to sleep, I was like, I have to do something to stop reliving this situation in my head all the time. Because if I'm leading with acceptance here, and there's nothing I can do to change the past. Absolutely nothing I can do. I cannot go back to those days. I cannot go back to that time in my life and tell myself what I would want to tell myself then, or, tell myself to do things differently or change things or change outcomes or change situations or talk or gossip or rumors, anything. And I can't do that. So I have to lead with acceptance. That's a little tool I learned from therapy. If you haven't listened to therapy, go listen to it. And I want to, yeah, if you are in that same situation, let's do this together. Follow at Literally My Life MGTD, and we can always interact about this. Let's be in that. We're in this together. Like, let's keep ourselves busy during the day. I think part of my issue is that I'm sitting at home all day because I did school at home this year, and I'm just like contemplating different things and like so many different situations are like playing out in my head, and I'm like reliving different things and like having arguments in my head. I don't know. Like, my whole life is like literally like The Grudge by Olivia Rodrigo. It's like so weird. So I want to keep myself busy before I have the chance to confront this situation, because I have to. Because like I just said, ignoring it, unfortunately, won't make it go away. Something to kind of follow up about this. Another thing I've also realized this week is that I'm moving on. I've actually moved on from my first love. Is that not insane, guys? If you have been a day one listener, if you've been listening since like Heartache and all those little baby episodes, Valentine's Day, like those little baby episodes, then you know that when I started this podcast, still had feelings for my first love. I still had some like romantic feelings. And while that is okay, I don't have them anymore. I don't. And it's so weird to me because I literally don't know what to do anymore. So I'm going to, now that I can actually talk about it without like crying or my stomach dropping or this, that, and the third, I'll share a little like bit about it. So my first love and I, we stopped talking the summer of 2022, right before my sophomore year. And guys, when I tell you guys, I was devastated. Like, it just was so sad. I had never been that sad before. And my friends were like trying to, get me out of the house and get me to do all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, like I'll go with you. So like we went to like go see the Elvis movie and go to these carnivals and like just do stuff and hang out with my friends. But it just really was not working. I was still so sad. I started a new school. I met new people. I did new things, but I still always had that longing for, him. The summer after sophomore year, the summer before my junior year, I remember I'm just sitting in my room writing poems about how I genuinely am afraid because I cannot move on. And it's been a year and I still feel stuck in the past. And I feel so sad. And I don't know what to do because at that point, there was nothing I could do. And I wish I had the tools that like I have now that I had then. Like, that was a really bad sentence, but you know what I mean. Like, I wish I knew then what I know now. And I wish I was able to like lead with acceptance and be like, you know what, there is nothing I can do. So why stay stuck on it? But I didn't think that way. So I was stuck and I was really hurt, but I was like closet hurt because I felt like every time I was talking to someone about it, they would just kind of be like, well, Alex, like it's been so long and he doesn't think about you and da da da. So I didn't want to talk to anyone about it. So I would like sit on the train after school and I would cry on the train, or I would cry in the shower, or I would like go out with my friends for the night and come home and cry. There was like a lot of crying. It was so bad. And I didn't know what to do. But I'm actually like looking back at it, I'm so glad I had that breakup. And let me tell you guys why. I'm glad because that breakup taught me independence in a whole different way. I feel like before that breakup, I was just like searching for love. Like, I feel like I was just like going through not relationship after relationship, but not even like that, but like fling after fling after fling, like trying, like I was so hyper focused on like finding like the one. And I was like, that's so stupid. Like, I was so young. Like, I cannot believe like that was my goal. But like, I don't know. I watched a lot of Grey's Anatomy. I was like really into this whole like Meredith Derrick thing. I like thought it was going to happen to me. I don't know. It was insane. And although some people do find, their like lifelong partner at a very early age, it's extremely uncommon. I'm sorry. I've said it before. High school sweethearts are so rare. I don't even think they exist anymore. But we can talk about that later. But I'm so glad we broke up because it taught me independence. I was like saying this on my story the other day, on my private story. It was like, rest in peace, summer 22 Alex, because you would have loved I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. that song describes my breakup. Like, that is the breakup song. Like, I did it with a broken heart. I stopped, like, after that relationship, I seriously, like, did not want to date. I just, like, took time off, and it has been so amazing. I have gotten so comfortable being by myself that I just genuinely, I don't know if I could, like, I obviously could be in another relationship, but my standards have changed so much. Like, whenever I meet a guy or whatever and I feel like he's wasting my time, he's acting stupid or whatever, like, the first red flag, I walk out the door. Because I'm so comfortable being alone, I don't have to, like, accept or tolerate bad behavior or just whatever guys want to do, because they're very stupid. That I just accept it because I just don't want to be lonely. Like, no, like, I've gotten so comfortable being alone. I also learned how to work through my feelings. Like, I was so productive while being so miserable, which maybe isn't the best thing, but I'm glad I learned how to do that. Like, my sophomore year, I was freaking superwoman. I was going to, like, debate tournaments every weekend, chess tournaments. I was going to school every day from like 6 a.m. to like 8 p.m. Like, I kid you not, I was doing softball trainings in the morning, school, cheerleading after school, homework, taking the train every single day in the rain, sleet, and snow. I also found time to make new friends, hang out with my friends. Like, I was literally superwoman while having good grades on top of that. Like, I was literally superwoman. And I was doing it while being absolutely miserable, like, disguising that I was absolutely miserable. Like, I was so productive and doing things with a broken heart. And I know that the things I do now, like, even just having this podcast and I just know I wouldn't be the person I am today and have the character development and be, like, so bold, like, to do new things had I stayed in that relationship and had I not been through that break. Like, just think about this thing of the domino effect, guys. If I had ended up with my first love, I wouldn't have had this beautiful podcast that you guys tune into every Monday. Isn't that so super cool? Aren't you guys so happy that we didn't end up together? No, but seriously, I'm really glad we didn't end up together. Not just because of the person he was and how the relationship was, but because it taught me how to be comfortable being alone and how to be independent and how to be happy. And it's been really great. And for anyone who's in that situation right now, whether you're, like, struggling to get over a breakup, it's not the end of the world. Although it feels like it, because I felt like it for 2 years. Like, I swore up and down I was never going to get over it. I was never going to feel better. It is the end of the world. I've now gotten to the place where I'm, like, completely indifferent. Like, there isn't love, there isn't hate. It's, like, complete indifference. I don't think about him, but I don't, like, want anything bad to happen to him. I don't hate him. I hope he gets, like, everything he's ever wanted. Like, I seriously do. I'm really happy for him. I hope he does well in life, and I don't really care. Like, I really don't. I read a state of complete indifference, and it's so peaceful. Like, when you don't love him, but you also don't hate him, you're, like, completely indifferent. It's great. Now that I am not stuck on him anymore, it's been great. Like, now I have time to be stuck on other things that I haven't processed, which has been great. We just talked about that. But now I'm, like, thinking, like, what do I do? Like, now that I'm not stuck on him, like, I need something interesting to happen in my life. That's why I, like, want this summer to be interesting, because, like, I'm over my first love. I'm, like, pretty much, like, I'm in, like, the healthiest, like, most healed era I've ever been. I'm not hurt about, well, I'm, like, slightly hurt about some stuff still. But I'm not hurt about him anymore. So, like, who wants to mess up my life in a different way? No. I'm absolutely kidding. I'm absolutely kidding. I will not be messing up my life from now on because, recovering it took way too long the last time. Okay, guys. Now I'm going to vent about the craziest week I just had. It was absolutely awful. Okay, so last weekend I watched the movie 13. I don't know why. I literally cannot watch movies like that. Like, they're so triggering. Like, 13, Girl Interrupted, like, those movies like that. Like, they're so triggering to me. Yeah, I'm, like, a sucker for them. And I'd never seen 13, so I wanted to watch it. Love it. It was a great piece of cinema. Absolutely beautiful. But, like, afterwards, I felt completely dead inside. Like, I don't know what it was. I don't know, like I just don't know the correlation between it. I kind of see it, kind of don't. I just felt, like, dead inside. And so the whole week, I was just, like, going through the week, and I have been so angry lately. I don't know why, or I don't know where this is coming from, because I used to be one of those, like, people who are just, like, kind of down all the time, like, lived in the blues kind of moment. And now I'm just angry. I'm angry all the time. I don't know what is wrong with me. Like, I need to be in like anger management at this point. I'm so mad. But it's not to the point where I'm like punching holes in the wall or like yelling at people and like cursing people out. But like, I have an attitude all the time. Like, I'm so mad. Do I know what I'm mad about? Yes, I actually do. It's quite personal, so I don't want to talk about it, but I'm pretty mad. And I don't know how to get over this anger. And so I have been mad about the littlest things. Like, the littlest things are like pissing me off. And I don't know what to do like about that. Also on Thursday, I had the crappiest day ever, guys. I wanted to go so badly to the Angel Reese game. I think they were playing the like Los Angeles Sparks. And guys, I literally love Angel Reese. Like, I've always gone to Chicago Sky games since I was like a little kid. But I love Angel Reese. Like, I don't know why. She was at the Megan Thee Stallion concert I was at 2 weeks ago, and me and Jade were like freaking out. It was so amazing. Like, I love Angel Reese, and I want to go see her play because I have not seen her play since she moved to Chicago. And my mom was just blocking the whole day. Like, I didn't get to go. I was so mad. Like, when I took it, I was fuming. Like, I was on fire. I was so mad. Like, Thursday was literally the worst day of my life. And I've just been on fire, guys. I've been so mad. But I took my finals this week and I passed all of them. I got really good grades. I got a B in English this semester. It pissed me off, but we all knew I wasn't going to Harvard anyway. But I was just like not too stressed about finals, and it felt so relieving to like not be stressed about finals, guys. Like, last year finals almost like ended me, so it was like really, really great. But I don't know, this week was so bad. Like, I was so mad this week. I was so mad at my family. I've just been like sitting in my room, like jotting things down in my notebook about like my miserable life. Like, that's how I feel this weekend. And I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. This is like me, I guess, turning to you guys for advice, I guess, because I don't know where to go from here about this. And I'm extremely angry because I feel like I don't know if I'm being ignored at home, but I feel like very, very independent at home. And it's just making me really sad. Like, I just feel like I'm alone. Like, I was alone most of the time, but I just feel like I feel isolated. And I guess the isolation is like turning into anger. Like, I'm extremely mad. And I don't want to be mad. I don't want to be that person who's always in a bad mood. Yeah, that's what it feels like I am. So I'm like working on things that are going to like help me calm down. I'm taking ashwagandha to see if like and it's helping. And I'm just like trying to calm down and be cool and like have some self-care. Like, you know, after I finish recording this, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna shave, I'm gonna get in the bubble bath, I'm gonna self-tan. Like, I'm gonna have a really good time with this. Because I need some self-care. I can't be mad all the time. And I'm just praying that I have a better week ahead of us. You know, it's my last day of school on Wednesday. And I want to have a good week. I want to start off the summer right. I don't want it to be frustrating and annoying like I've been. But it's been a really rough week for me, if I'm being honest. But I want to highlight how I'm going to change this behavior. Like, I need to confront what is making me angry. I want to confront what is actually making me upset. And once I feel like I'm able to confront that and have a healthy conversation and move forward with that person who's like pissing me off, I think I'm going to feel a lot better, because there's nothing going to, like, nothing's going to get better unless something changes. And I can't, like I said, ignore it and it'll go away. Ignoring your problems, unfortunately, does not make them go away, guys. Ask me how I know. So I need to confront what is making me angry. And once I do that, I'm going to keep you guys updated. Once I confront what's making me angry, I promise you guys I'm going to start feeling better. Because I'm so angry right now and I don't want to continue to be mad. And I feel like my anger was the reason I had like such a bad week. Like, I'm just like living like in this like constant state of like misery, anger, disappointment, whatever. And I don't want to do that. I have such a beautiful life. I have such beautiful friends. I have such a beautiful family. I have like so much to be happy about. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to sit here and just be angry all the time. I have so much to be grateful about, and I'm just a really happy person overall. So being angry is taking such a big toll on me, on my mental health. So I am absolutely going to change this up and confront what is going wrong. And that is also self-care. Self-care is also like, it's not just bubble baths and like self-tanning. Like, it's also like changing things for the better and taking care of yourself and your mental health, because your health is your wealth, guys. So I'm going to keep you guys updated on that. I promise. The last thing I want to vent about, because I've been like venting to you guys for like 30 minutes now. Thank you guys for listening. Is how I'm literally going to be a senior on Wednesday. A senior in high school. Like, Wednesday is my last day of junior year. I cannot deal with that. like, when I used to hear my freshman year, like, oh, enjoy high school, it goes by in a flash. And I was like, yeah, right. It does. It actually goes by in a flash. I cannot believe that I'm going to be a senior in high school. But I'm so excited at the same time. Like, I'm excited for all the senior stuff. I'm excited for senior pictures, sunrise, first day of senior year. I'm excited for, like, all of that stuff. Last homecoming, prom, white lie day, ditch day, grad night, everything. Like, I'm so excited to be a senior, but I'm also scared at the same time. I know I'm approaching a time in my life where uncertainty is cute. I'm going to go to college, and I'm going to be in my 20s soon, and I'm going to be living in a different state and meeting different people, and my life is going to go, completely different than maybe, it's going to be different probably than what I think it is going to be now. I want to be living in New York next year, after senior year. I might be living, like, in the middle of, like, a rural town in Nebraska, but I might be living my best life, and that's all that matters. But I'm so excited. I'm really, really excited. This is just, like, the beginning of such a beautiful journey. Like, it might be the end of one chapter, but it's also the beginning of another, and that's also so exciting. But it's, like, semi-emotional because I have a lot of, like, friends who are going to be juniors, and I'm, like, going to miss them a lot because I have, like, a lot of younger friends. I'm a little bit of a cougar, and that's okay. So I'm going to offer a little bit of advice to, like, anybody who's younger who listens to the podcast, anybody who's, like, going into high school or still an underclassman. Enjoy these years. Absolutely enjoy them, because towards the end of junior years, it starts to get real. And I'm about to have, like, the biggest wake-up call after the summer. Like, I'm going to have to apply to college soon, guys. And it's so nerve-wracking, but it's so exciting. Like, it's so exciting at the same time. And I keep saying it, but I am really excited for this. And I hope that senior year will go smoothly. Junior year was alright. I'll give it like a 7, not even a 7, like a 4 out of 10, honestly. Just because I stayed at home. It wasn't all that interesting. Sophomore year, I would definitely give a 9 out of 10, or maybe like an 8 out of 10. Because although it was, like, traumatizing, it was also very fun. And then freshman year, I'm going to give like a 10 out of 10. I had a really good freshman year, guys. Like, I don't know what that was about. I don't know. But if anybody on here has, like, just finished senior year or whatever, please, like, offer your greatest piece of advice. Because I'm about to be a senior, and I have no idea where I go from here. I have no idea, like, where to start. Like, applications open in August, and I have, like, no idea what I'm doing, guys. But I guess that's the funnest part about, like, adulthood. Like, just figuring it out day by day. And that's what I'm going to have to start doing soon. And it's, like, happy, free, confusing, all at the same time. Okay, guys, thank you guys so much for listening to this rant, this 33-minute rant about self-tanning and first loves and, annoying weeks and senior year and all that great stuff. I really love that you guys listen to this every week, so I'm glad that I was able to talk about being stuck in the past and self-care and senior year and all kinds of stuff. I hope that in every episode you guys are able to take something away and that I'm able to help a little bit. I feel like I was being a little selfish today. I wasn't helping because I was just, like, talking about the craziness in my life. But I feel like I got really deep today. I felt like I really dug deep. I really broke some boundaries, broke some walls, broke the fourth wall a little bit, guys. And I really, really hope you guys like this. I want to also announce that video podcasts are coming very soon. I'm trying to get one done by next week. I may not be able to, but within the next 2 to 3 weeks, there will be a video podcast and a guest, because I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I don't want to talk too much about it before it happens, but there will be some new changes to Literally My Life that I'm so excited. I've been working all week about it, which is why I'm such in a good mood right now and not completely angry about everything like I have been. But thank you guys again for listening to Literally My Life, My Guide to Girlhood. Before you guys leave today, remember to follow at Literally My Life MGTG on Instagram, at Literally My Life MGTG on Instagram, so that we can stay in touch with each other in between podcast episodes. I always go in there asking for, like, I always post polls, I always talk to each other, I post about every episode. I'm so excited. I really, really want you guys to follow that account so that we can stay in touch with each other. Again, a website is coming soon. I promise. I'm still working on it. It's taken me, like, since March. I don't know. I'm a procrastinator. Leave me alone. But it is coming. It is coming. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for listening to my 18th episode of Literally My Life, My Guide to Girlhood. Before we sign off, follow at Literally My Life MGTG on Instagram, and I will see you guys next week. I love you guys so much, and thank you guys for listening to me vent for the last 34 minutes and 26 seconds. I love you guys so much. Bye.